G'day! In today's video, I'm going to be doing something a bit extreme. Let me do a hinge replacement, or a pop rivet job on a, where are we? I'll spin it around so you guys can see. There we go. A HP X360 convertible, 14-CD0113TU. Sorry. There we go, right here. So what we're going to have to do to begin with is move the screen, or get it out of here. So this one, it's popping the screen out whenever it's opening and closing. So right now, this bottom corner here is pushed out. So if I use a bit of pressure and pull, I have been having it on my heat pad here heating up for a little while now. So in theory, I should be able to separate the back from the screen. It is taped along here on both sides. So I'm just going to slowly pull the screen forward and slide my finger down. There we go. We have released. I'll wiggle this up and out. There we go. Next up, I'm going to have to remove the screen from here. So if I zoom in for you guys to see, I'll disconnect here, here, and a bit over to the right. Do make sure your machine's powered off and not just in sleep. Okay, one disconnected. Two. This part, lift it up, lift up the latch, then pull back. There we go. Now these connectors are going over it, so I'm going to see if I can lift up the board in just a second. So this board along the bottom here is for it's touch IC. Essentially it controls the touch screen of it. Disconnected, disconnected. And what I'm going to hope I can do is lift up this board, just because for me it's a bit tacky, just because it's been on heat, or a heat pad. If you have a heat source, it definitely makes this job a bit easier. I can fold this back, feed it through. There we go, and now we have nearly separated the screen. One screen removed. The screen itself is still in perfect condition, it's fine. But what tends to happen with these HPs is the hinge on one side is perfectly fine. Zoom down here. We're all good here. Go over to the other side, not so much. So the most common dilemma that these have is the mounting points break. So either A, you can get a whole new back, so a whole new back cover, which definitely runs the risk of it breaking again. Then you've also got to order it, wait for it to arrive, yada yada yada. So most people would say here the hinge has failed, but it hasn't. The hinge itself is fine. It's only the mounting point. So from here, I'm going to remove this screw. As you see, it's twirling around on me. I've got a pair of pliers in on there. There we go, another one out. And this should be this one. Push it up and out. As you can see, the metal barbs come out with the plastic. There we go, I can just push that out from the inside. Don't even need to unscrew it. So what have we got going on now? We have now got this. And what I'm planning on doing is I'll be using one of these drill bits and then pop riveting it into position. So I will be drilling through the back. It will lose its 360 option method, but at least you can use it as a normal laptop. As you can see, the pop rivet, pretty much the same size anyway. So mainly with this, it should be easier than other models to drill out the back, just because of the huge gap of the space for the screws. On most laptops, the screws only barely even the size of the end of the pop rivet. So usually I have to drill out through the hinge itself and then through the back of the laptop. In this instance, I don't need to do that. So what we want to do is line it up to where it should go and get drilling. Since it's drilling through plastic, it shouldn't take long at all. There we go, drill through plastic. If I grab my pop rivet, should be able to wiggle it through there. Now it is slightly loose, or the head of it's slightly too small. It shouldn't matter too much. I think I've got some other pop rivets that will match up with a bigger head. Nope, no good, but that should be still okay. So what I should be able to do is put it just slightly off, just drill it slightly off center. It should still be good. So here we go. One done. Now I won't fold it over just yet, I'll wait till I put the other pop rivets into position. Do want to be careful where your hand is behind you. You don't exactly want to drill into your fingers, that would definitely suck. Okay, so I'm deliberately doing that one slightly off center. You can zoom in a bit further. There we go. So this doesn't produce the most beautiful looking laptop at the end, but it does produce a laptop that does fold, which usually either time or cost. This is usually one of the methods I go to fix these up. And that one didn't quite go through. Well, it went through the hinge itself. It should still be okay. And next up, this bottom one, which is off center, which will help. Bingo, there we go. So now if I fold it up, we'll see 1, 2, 3. So as I said, it's not overly pretty, but it is cheap and efficient. I'm actually going to drill this one out and see if I can redo it. Don't think I'll have much luck, but let's see what we can do. To there, push it out from the inside. No, I'll keep drilling. There we go, we're through. So I'll see if I can go on a slight angle to see if that'll make it stay in or stay out of the hinge. Bingo, there we go. So as we can see, the hinge itself is operating perfectly fine. But as I said, it's not pretty. But I would say this would have more structural strength than the original mounting position on this laptop. So I'd be very doubtful that this part here will actually fail again. So once we get to this stage, the next step is reinstalling everything. Now, if I grab my toothbrush, just a quick sweep. And now let's go for the reinstall of the screen. So the reinstallation should be fairly similar to what we just did. Run this through and up. This slides under. So the cable goes under, the display goes over. Okay, that's in alignment. I'll just pull it forward. There we go. That's how you should be looking right now. Next up, we're going to feed this cable back. So if you're able to lift that touch board up, you should be able to feed it back under. Move this out of the way. Okay, feed that back. Push that back down. Time for this connector here. So that should still be in the up position. And we should be able to slide this in like that. Do need to go up to the line, push it down all the way. We'll do the same on the other end. Hold the tape back. Push the latch up. There we go, that's done as well. So now from here, it should be a matter of folding it up like a book and feeding this section down into the small groove that's here. There we go, that's feeding in. Now we'll expect this side to stick out just slightly. Well, at least the side, the screen where the pop rivets are. There we go. Nope, this side's not in right, so there's a little tab down the bottom here that isn't quite in. Do make sure that they go in first, or else you're going to have a lot more dramas getting that screen in. So if I lift it forward, lift it up, push down. Now I should be able to work my way up the side of the screen, from here up, and then here up, while also pushing the screen down. So push the screen down and just work my way. Just do note there is tabs that hold it into place, but there is also double-sided adhesive. You will be hearing cracking noises, crunching noises like that along the way. go. If you fold it down, we can fold it down, we can fold it back up. The screen is pretty much in there. It's sticking out a little bit on the edge over here. That's not too much of a concern, as the chassis does have a bit of a twist in it along here. So the extra stress of these pulling the back forward, pulling it under itself, shouldn't really matter too much. Anyway, that's one way to potentially fix the failed mounting positions on your laptop, or in particular the HP 14 X360. Hope this helps you give some ideas on a potential cheap repair, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.